Tonight,
The first time I went on the flight deck, I was scared to death. I don't really fear death.
on 48 Hours,
What can happen?
Super Carrier.
This is the world's finest warfighting machine.
From the flight deck,
First time I was up there, I was scared of getting sucked up into an airplane. Like Wizard of Oz, I wasn't in Kansas no more.
to below deck,
You know what time it is now? You know what day it is?
No, it was not.
The adventure is for the few.
They made the movie about Top Gun, not Top Engineer.
It's also got a manual mode.
to a wild ride in an F-14,
We haven't lost anybody yet.
Yeah, okay.
a symbol of power or the past.
Dinosaur is an obsolete term.
2 days and 2 nights on one of America's mightiest warships.
You know, the feeling that you've cheated death again is a good one.
This is the USS Kennedy. The planes that roar off this flight deck pack more firepower than all the U.S. Navy had in World War II. To many, the Kennedy and other carriers now on active duty represent necessary symbols of America's might and the will to use it. To others, they are symbols of Pentagon overkill, floating dinosaurs in a changing world.
120. Your way.
48 Hours joined the 5,000 officers and men of the Kennedy as the supercarrier set sail from New York Harbor for flight operations off the East Coast.
Send speed 1.4. Okay.
Herb Brown first shipped out with the Navy as an ordinary seaman.
Yeah, she's starting to move.
Now, he's in command of the Kennedy.
Ready to go to sea?
Captain, tell me what the mission of the John F. Kennedy is.
Well, I think I'm gonna get in trouble with this answer, so be ready to cut this out. But my opinion is I think the mission of this ship is to ensure that my grandchildren speak English and not Russian. And I know that's not popular in our country today.
You don't buy the idea that the Cold War is over.
I see the Soviet capability today exactly what it was a year ago. No, sir, I don't see them changing. We need to train hard, and we train the ship very, very hard. We're hard on ourselves, and we're hard on the machine in order to have the ship ready to fight.
You can't be scared of the deck. If you're scared of the deck, you shouldn't be on it. Most of them are fearless.
The first time I went on the flight deck, I was scared to death. I was 18 years old, just out of high school. It was like in the Wizard of Oz, I wasn't in Kansas no more.
This is some of the most dangerous 4.5 acres under American control. A floating airport packed with 85 warplanes.
First time I was up there, I was scared of getting sucked up into an airplane. I was scared of getting blown down by airplanes. I was scared of getting burned by the exhaust, standing in the wrong spot, maybe getting run over by an airplane.
Aircraft all over the place. Launching, recovery. It was great.
Airplanes are flown onto and off of the Kennedy with the precision and speed of a jet-powered ballet.
Heads up for the emerging abandoned aircraft. People stay out of the force network forward. Stay clear of the power line. Right now, nobody else crossed the landing area. We're making a ready deck.
307's a trap.
This is the hub of the flight operations on the carrier. Gear fuel primary, what's the problem over there? This is the hot seat.
Commander John Warren is the Kennedy's air boss.
The air boss is the choreographer for this whole ballet. We got one fixed wing to go. This time you'll be a trap.
5 knots is a trap, time 4E.
But the people that are on the deck are the people that make the flight deck run.
Take me through who's who on the flight deck. There are all these people wearing different colored jackets.
The true heads of the flight deck are the yellow shirts. They're the directors. Then you have brown shirts. They do the daily and turnaround maintenance on the aircraft. Blue shirts, they're the ones that carry the chocks and chains.
And the red shirts?
They handle weapons. White indicates some sort of safety, quality assurance, or final check. Purple shirts, they're great. Their responsibility is to make sure that all the aircraft are fueled.
And the men who wear green work on one of the 4 catapults, 2 million horsepower slingshots that can blast a 65,000-pound airplane from 0 to 150 miles per hour in 2 seconds.
Is there anything that scares you about this job? They're 19-year-old kids.
I think that the thought of losing a life on the flight deck scares me.
He's training to be a topside safety petty officer. He's responsible for hooking each and every one of these planes up, making sure they're hooked up properly as they get off the flight deck. If he screws up, he kills himself, he can kill me, he can kill both the pilots in the plane, or he can take out a whole number of people. You've got to know what you're doing.
What can happen up here?
Just about anything you can imagine.
Lieutenant Tom Stubblefield is a shooter responsible for firing aircraft off the catapults.
The A-7 has a very low intake, as you can see, and you have to stay fairly far back from it to avoid becoming a piece of mincemeat. It's a people eater here.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
This will suck you
up.
Suck you right in here?
You better believe it.
I've seen it with this type of plane. The guy was just walking around the flight deck nonchalantly and walked right in front of one and it sucked him right up.
Mike Terry is one of Stubblefield's men.
You saw that happen?
Yeah.
And he just went right?
Went right in. Last thing you seen was his feet going through.
What happens then?
They'll clean it up and we'll start right back up. We still got a job to do, so we're still going to do that.
Okay, on the FOD walk down. I need your help today.
Guys, move down. Let's go. Let's go.
What is everybody doing?
They're engaged in the morning ritual called the FOD walk down.
What's FOD?
FOD is the acronym for Foreign Object Damage, and it's basically anything that's out here that's not supposed to be out here.
These 2 or 3 people checking the scuppers all the way down and around.
So, I mean, this is serious business.
That's very serious business. But we lost a jet aircraft engine the last time we were out here. I mean, there's several $1 million you're talking about. And we lost it to a bolt that big.
1415 launch.
That's our call.
What are we going to see this morning?
Today is going to be a series of launches starting about 9:30 in the morning. We'll run through to midnight. We're going to come out here, start the aircraft. There'll be people running all over the place. Aircraft will start to taxi. These jet blast deflectors will go up and down. We'll put them on the catapults as they get there, set up for launches, and we'll send them flying.
It's going to be rock and roll up here, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Launch separately complete. Cat 1 over.
So how'd that go?
What, that went pretty damn well. Everybody that we started with is still here.
Yeah. See, normally you'd say, gee, you guys make it look easy, but you don't.
Well,
it looks tough.
It is tough. As you saw, it started raining, and the deck gets covered with grease, it gets slick, the airplane starts sliding around, and it's not easy.
I like that style thing that you have. You jump up in the air.
Gotta have style. Style's very important. Everybody hot dogs it a little bit. Don't you see the style these guys put on their deck edge turns? Talk about your prima donnas.
Well, wait a minute. They're not the only prima donnas here. I saw you.
Well, sure. That's right. I mean, you were putting on a show in addition to the fact that you're launching airplanes. I mean, Captain doesn't like it if you look like a geek. You know, I've heard him say to a guy, either jump like a man or keep your feet on the deck. You know, so.
And you?
Yeah, he never said it to me.
You jump like a man.
I tried to.
Every time a plane leaves, we did it. You know, we created that event.
The pilots fly it.
Pilots fly it, but they're just secondary. They're not flying if we're not doing our job.
80% of the people out here work 12 on, 12 off. We'll work 3 days solid and still launch the next day. Be nasty, stinky, dirty. Then you go down to eat at the mess decks and you just watch them clear out. They get out of your way. We got attitudes after 3 days.
It's an experience, you know, it's a lifestyle. It's something you adapt to it.
Between launches, most of the guys come in, they catch some sleep. They just anywhere that's comfortable.
This is our life, 24 hours a day.
And as you're doing your maintenance, you think, boy, I'm tired, you know, I don't know if I can take it very much longer. But then
Heads up on the street.
you get into a launch and you're like, your adrenaline starts pumping and you're just loving it.
We just got a green beacon. The shooter just gave the signal to hook up. The old back man down here is saying, take tension, they're taking tension on the aircraft. They're coming out with thumbs up. The shooter has control.
It's exciting. I mean, you can get hurt doing it, and that's people like that.
Watching for them to launch. He goes to zone 5 afterburner.
Let's face it, why do people drive race cars? Or climb mountains or jump out of airplanes? Just to get that little emotional lift, I guess. I don't know. It makes life worth living and doing. And I mean,
danger is something for you?
It's something for everybody. I mean, you know, the feeling that you've cheated death again is a good one.
See, I'd imagine some people are watching you now thinking that man is stone crazy to do that for a living. Well, are you crazy?
I don't think so.
I think that this is the world's very finest warfighting machine.
We have about 5 of these 200-pound washers here.
An aircraft carrier really can do things that no other ship, nothing else can do.
Call me up and let me know what you want to hear, and I'll put it on as soon as possible.
The Navy likes to call the Kennedy a floating city. And if this is a city,
Howdy, how you doing?
then its mayor is Captain Herb Brown.
Hello, preacher. How are you? What's going on?
What is your job like, basically, that's like a mayor?
You have fun in New York? I think it's taking care of the people so that they take care of all the functions that are necessary to run my city.
You take care of the people.
Absolutely. That's my job. Sit down, please. Please sit down. I just came from a cup of coffee.
You have nearly 5,000 men here.
Hello, Woody. How you doing, sir? Good.
Do you know them all at least by face?
No, I really wish I could. Did you play any ball over in New York? That's probably the roughest part of my job is not knowing the crew. My name's Brown. Have we met?
But everybody knows him.
Who's going to do this? How do you know it's not required? Are you authorized to make that decision?
Yes, sir.
The crew generally appreciates what I do. Shouldn't the chief authorize you? Because I think they know that I like them. Okay. Remember, they know that I love them. I place demands on them. They adjust to those demands, and they generally exceed my expectations. Good ice cream? If I'm going to get a feel for what's going on the ship, the second deck is the best place to go. Howdy, how you doing? This is the crew's environment. This is my environment.
Sit on deck.
Carry on, have a seat, y'all. Is the engineer here?
The second deck is the Navy's version of Main Street.
We have our own fire department. We have our own newspaper. We have our own bank.
This here is only about $2 million.
And post office.
Stand by on 1.
TV station.
In the top news story of the day,
Police department.
That's the jail. The longest I put a man in the brig is 3 days. And when I put them in the brig, I put them on bread and water.
And then there's the candy store. the Navy's version of Kmart, and the mess halls, where feeding 5,000 men is no small feat. In just 48 hours, the Kennedy consumed 1,480 pounds of hamburger, 1,200 dozen eggs, and drank 4,000 gallons of milk.
How's the burger? The quality of the food is just grand. I mean, the Navy buys good chow.
Would the guys tell me that?
Oh, yes.
It's terrible. We only eat to survive. If we didn't have to do it, we wouldn't.
It costs $1 million a day to run this ship that has just about everything except women, bars, and illegal drugs. Now, where are we going right now?
I'm going to go down and give a urine sample to make sure that I didn't smoke any dope while I was in New York. Can I have head of the line privileges if I promise to hurry?
The captain has to do that.
Okay, great. We roll a dice. The number that comes up is the last digit of your Social Security number, then it's your turn.
Even if you're the captain of the ship?
Even if you're the captain.
This is the captain. The safety stand down officially starts at 1900.
And it'll go until taps tonight. I use the announcing system a great deal on the ship, more than probably most captains do.
The next 7 days are some pretty intensive operations.
I was on a ship when I was 19 years old, and I never knew where we were going or what we were doing. And I always said, gee whiz, if I ever get the opportunity to tell people where we're going and what we're doing and why things happen, I'm going to do that.
Let's kind of put New York behind us. Let's not worry about Boston yet.
Let's think about safety all around the ship. Let's do it by the numbers and stay safe. That's all.
Good morning on the Kalamazoo. Thanks for coming up and meeting us.
Every 4 days, Captain Brown must put his city at risk in a way few mayors ever have to.
Stand by to receive our shot line.
Closure rate 4 knots, sir.
The ship is a floating gas tank,
Take on fuel at all stations.
burning 80,000 gallons of diesel a day.
We'll be getting 500,000 gallons an hour.
Refueling alone is incredibly dangerous.
That's 30,000 pounds of pressure over pulling this together now that wasn't there before, so.
And it turns the Kennedy into a sitting target.
I think I'm more vulnerable to both air attack and also from a sub-attack.
Make sure you always give them in a very exact, precise order, please. A half a dozen times a day, I'm a little bit nervous or I'm scared. Why don't you just do my heart some good and bring off some RPM? I don't think I show it outwardly. I mean, I just think that, I feel it in my stomach. I don't think there is anything mysterious about this captain. I'm pretty much a common guy. I just happen to be the oldest and most experienced sailor on the ship, but I'm a sailor just like a sailor that is chipping paint.
The drill, this is the drill.
And he's a man who has known war. Vietnam, leading young men who never have.
And I'm convinced that if something goes wrong on the ship, that it's my fault. Either I didn't afford the man the right training, I didn't give him the right direction, I didn't give him enough of something else in order to do the job the way it should have been done. And it pretty well always comes back to this chair that if something goes wrong, it's my fault.
You're going as fast as you possibly can, and you're doing a mission at the same time.
Come on, honey. That'll do it. All right.
I'll sit there and I'll smile and laugh because it is such a good time.
Fighter pilots have the biggest egos in the world. They all think they're the best, or they probably wouldn't be in the business.
The final Jeopardy category is prohibited maneuvers.
Fighter Squadron 32, the pilots and backseat radar operators who fly the Kennedy's F-14s.
How many are there? And write them down.
Write them down.
Hey, what are you guys doing back there?
Cocky and flamboyant, with nicknames like Voodoo, Yogi, and Dog.
If you were looking for the dog on the weekend, you'd find him on the beach, probably sporting a pair of flip-flops.
My God, no. I can't believe it.
With cut-off sleeves and a sun visor on, walking the beach, looking for trouble.
Drill I know at home, back at the beach. I'll save this for around midnight when it really gets boring on the flight schedule. I'll just sniff it until now it smells good. See any other ones around here that I can...
Dog, real name Lieutenant Jim Kuhn from Damascus, Maryland, is a nugget. That's pilot talk, meaning rookie.
Nuggets must obviously feel a need to prove themselves.
Yes, they do.
The Kennedy is his first carrier, but he's a fast learner.
He kind of reminds you of a laid-back dog kind of person until he gets in the air. And he's just sharp as a tack.
I just want to make the angle right.
What got you into flying?
I wanted to do two things in my life. One was to go to the Naval Academy, and one was to fly F-14 specifically. It was the baddest on the block.
The F-14s may be the baddest, but they're not the mostest. All they can do is play defense. While the ship's attack planes, the A-6s and A-7s deliver the bombs.
Everybody's got their mission, and our mission, our little task in life is to protect those guys that are projecting the power. Because there's a lot of little bad guys out there that want to put our bombers down, and that's our job to say, nah.
If Dog does it right, the attack planes will get past the enemy's defenses and roll in for a low-level bombing run.
They cruise low, they put their bombs on target, on time, every time.
Do you consider yourself a warrior?
Absolutely. Peace is breaking out all over, but we still, and I can probably answer and speak for every guy in here, that we consider ourselves a warrior, even though there's probably not 10 hot spots in the world today. It's being a warrior of a few different things, getting to the basics where we are at combat with the ship, your skills against the ship every single day. I'm the only guy that can use my feet and my hands and get that plane aboard the ship. That, to me, is being a warrior.
Almost to a man, pilots will tell you the thing that scares them most is landing, which is little more than a controlled crash. The hook suspended from the tail of the plane catches a cable strung across the deck. The pilot's ability to snare the wire can make or break his reputation. Each landing is televised throughout the ship for all to see.
If a plane goes around a couple times, it's just a pain in the butt to everybody. And there's no sense causing people that kind of problem. Like that guy did right there. Whoa! Holy shit.
I don't know what happened, but he sunk down out of sight for a minute. If he didn't have afterburners, he wouldn't have made it.
He went over the wires. He was either way back on the power or didn't put his power up right away, and he settled off the ramp. Another 30 feet, and his wheels would have been in the water, and we would have had two pilots cruising on that way. See, there he goes around again. That was the same Tomcat. Now he's really starting to get shaken. He's seriously checking his fuel if he's low. He has a real good start right now, and now he doesn't want to settle. Like he's been around twice, he's been overpowered. He's looking real good so far. He's going to go, he's in, okay. Anybody can fly a jet and land it on a runway. I can teach anybody in this room on this ship to land an F-14 on the runway. It's no problem. But to land one on the boat, it gets more difficult.
You can't teach a reporter to fly an F-14.
They'll bring the canopy down, and the first thing they'll say is, okay, let's go ahead and arm the ejection seat.
But you can take them flying in one.
It's time to shift gears. Let's get into some Eagle meat here.
On a training mission against Air Force F-15 Eagles.
We ought to be able to eliminate 6, especially with 3 of us.
Lieutenant Commander Bob Davis from Clarksburg, West Virginia, will lead the mission.
Your G-suit's hooked up right. The only thing that you may use on this is this thumb wheel. Again, it'll be in the center for when you launch. The other items that you're going to have to worry about are going to be the TACAN, which is this box here. And then it's also got a manual mode. The data link, that this is the one that'll bring the radar to where...
I'm going to have a checklist?
Absolutely. It's not that hard once you get in there and get doing it. We've had pretty good luck with people on their first flight doing that. And
it's pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah. We haven't lost anybody yet.
Yeah, okay.
The 8:45 walk, 9:30 takeoff for 11:15 recovery.
It's all in blood to him because he has lost good friends. He's the most experienced pilot we have in here, and he has done things I can only dream of doing. So he's an idol as far as his flying ability, his teaching ability, his experience, and he's a real good friend to me.
Trust me, I'll take good care of him. I do. Left, right, left rudder, right rudder. I'm happy with the jet. He's going to give me a burner signal. There's a burner. Assume the position. I'm saluting, and we're out of here. does that feel like? Geez. How's that? I guess that was a good launch, huh? Good launch. Gee, what a great feeling. Go back and do it again. And we'll join up and press out. F-15s, F-15s.
F-14 pilots encounter the Air Force bad guys. They call them bogies.
Airlines closeout show. New group of bogies closing from the southeast. Stationed down the 4-mile trail. We got one aircraft, F-15, on our nose right now. Kill. How you doing?
I'm over it now, thanks.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know you were getting ill. And we're coming down.
Now, Davis and I have our stories straight. It was the wildest dogfight he's ever been in, and I didn't get sick.
Someplace back there, there's got to be a desire to show what you can really do. Instead of having the training is realistic and all that, but it's still pretend, and nobody's going to shoot you down.
You bet. You know, you train, in my case, 16 and a half years for game day, if you will, and there's always that doubt in the back of your mind, how are you going to perform on game day? And you never know until it really is that day.
I don't want to turn this into a morbid conversation, but do you worry about dying?
Not really dying. It's one of the, I don't know if I can speak for all the pilots, but I know the majority of the pilots that I went through flight school with and everything, they are, and I still am, more fearful of failure than death. Crashing a jet, pure failure, even if it wasn't your fault. I don't really fear death. It's not doing my job and failing. It always has been my biggest fear.
All right, come on, man. I'm wasting my gas. Let's go do it. Here we go.
Would you want your daughter to marry a pilot?
I wouldn't oppose to it. I would certainly make sure she knew that if she was about to give birth, that's no guarantee he's going to be there.
As you're walking towards the jet, you're looking at it, your blood's starting to pump a little bit. So it's a matter of getting psyched up.
And just because it's your birthday, there's no guarantee he's going to be there.
I love this feeling. It's unbelievable.
Lieutenant Commander Drew Bruegel flies F-14s.
You've been married how long?
11 years.
His wife, Shelley, has learned to live without him.
How long would you say that your husband's been away of that?
I'm going to guesstimate and say 6 years, but in reality, he's gone 80% of the time that we've been married, yes.
What comes first in your life? The Navy, family?
Family, of course, always comes first. But to be honest with you, I mean, it's pretty much, it's almost right there, neck and neck.
Truthfully, for myself, if I had to be with him 24 hours a day, I'd go. It would drive me nuts. I couldn't do it.
Let's fill it up. Ooh, it's cold. You ready? Come on. Michael, Nicholas, let's go see how the boys are doing.
How much time is there for a regular life?
Oh, it's time enough to have 3 kids.
What about 3 kids? Have you missed much of their lives?
Yeah, that is by far the hardest part. My daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, it's really affected her. She, you know, whenever she sees an airplane go by, she looks up and waves, and my daddy.
Where is your daddy?
There.
But what's he doing? Yes, what does Daddy do? Does he fly the airplane?
Yeah.
Do we wave to him when he flies by?
Yeah.
Every airplane that flies by is definitely Daddy, so we run outside and we scream, "Hi, Daddy," and we wave.
No, my sister
and I'll say,
does.
Did he wave to you? And he'll say, yes.
She started sleepwalking, and she'll wake up, walk downstairs, and sit by the window, and
And what wakes up my wife is her going, Daddy boat, long, long time. Daddy boat, long, long time.
I find her at the door about 3 in the morning with her shorts and shoes on, and she has her handbag, and she'll be banging on the door screaming, "I wanna go get my daddy."
It hurts a little bit to hear that, but I guess I rationalize it by knowing that what I'm doing is a very important thing. It takes sacrifices. I hope that during the time that I am home, I'll be able to compensate for that time that I'm gone.
You are the father, the
I'm
mother,
the father, the mother,
full-time
the doctor, the nurse, the playmate, the director of Fun City, you name it, I'm it.
Are you a much different person here than you are at home?
Have to be. Here you got to be in control all the time. You're in charge of the airplane. The control at home shifts to my wife.
She's piloting back there.
She's piloting, yeah. And that was the hard part for me. When being a control kind of guy.
All these months I have been paying bills, cleaning house, taking care of the house, the yard, the car, the kids, and every crisis that comes in between. And now all of a sudden this man comes home and all these things are still taking place, but I have to validate what I do with him prior to taking care of what needs to be done. And it drives me nuts. And it's probably not intentional, but I think it's his way of putting his foot in the door and saying, I really am here.
You have to work. You have to work at understanding what's going on while you've been gone, what changes have happened to the family.
Tough life.
It is a tough life. It's a tough life. It's a special life.
007, temperature 72 degrees, the wind 260 degrees at 12. Expected BRC 270 now.
I love my family. I love flying. Just got to make them both mix.
Deep in the bowels of the Kennedy, there is another Navy. This is the domain of sailors called snipes, who always work below.
Hey, bud.
What time is it?
Time to get up.
Time to get up. That's all that matters.
Get up, bud. You wake me up today, no.
Time is irrelevant.
I'm trying to wake the bed sometimes.
There are no windows here, and high noon looks the same as midnight.
Excuse me, man. No problem, man.
You know what time it is now?
I don't know. I think it's about 4 o'clock, isn't it?
Well, you're about an hour and a half off.
Oh, really?
You know what day it is?
No, to be honest with you, no.
Ken Stoll is 23 years old.
I think it's Tuesday, isn't it?
He is from Denville, New Jersey. Now he's an electrician. He sleeps in an area with 120 other guys.
Actually, it's not much.
But he's lucky. He's been on the Kennedy long enough to have some seniority, some privilege.
My locker lifts up. That's like one of the benefits of having a bottom rack, and I have a lot more room.
Graduated to the lower bunk?
Yeah. It's funny, you go down instead of, going up the ranks. Like I said, when you first come on board, you get a little claustrophobic, and you're looking around, and it seems like, I don't know, you just can't hack it. But I guess it's like anything else. You have to adapt. You don't have a choice.
I was noticing, among other things, these purple pipes.
Yeah, JP5.
That's jet fuel.
Yeah.
So you live right by the jet fuel.
Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to smoke back here. Because I guess if there was a pinhole, it could be a little disastrous.
You got trouble with some of your jewelry, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you heard about that?
What kind of earring did you wear?
As a matter of fact, it was a hammer and sickle from the Soviet flag. Well, I got it in New York. Somebody told me it was a working man. Yeah, somebody told me it was a working man symbol, so I figured, hey, glasnost, and everything.
Navy didn't see it that way?
No.
Like the other sailors below deck, Stoll works 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Most of his working hours are spent here in the electrician's office.
It seems like all you guys do is rush from one small room with no windows or anything to another small room with no windows or anything.
Basically.
It's almost like they're two navies.
It is. It's like an upper deck and a lower deck. The engineers and everybody keeps to themselves down here,
And the pilots and the air deals keeping themselves up there.
Have you ever met a pilot?
No.
How long have you been in the Navy?
A year and a half.
How long have you been on this carrier?
About 9 months.
And you've never met a pilot?
No.
Well, they're scared to come down here because they might get dirty.
There are thousands of men on this ship who go for months without ever seeing the sun. They work far from the fresh air, far from the adventure, far from the glamour.
How come the Navy, why do you think the Navy doesn't sort of say, join the Navy and be an electrician or an engineer?
They made the movie about Top Gun, not top engineers, so.
Forget it, okay? Just get down there and get the job done.
Al Cordero is the top gun below deck. He is a 20-year Navy man, a chief warrant officer. He takes names.
Max people are not up there in hangar deck control working on that job.
I'll get them with a job, sir.
All right.
And pats backs.
This morning, we have a letter of appreciation I'd like to read. Your untiring efforts to properly construct and weld the entrance case is a testimony of your diligent professionalism. I am confident that you will continue your excellent performance as the #1 welder on board USS John F. Kennedy, CV-67.
The glory for the average sailor, the glory for the average serviceman is unsung. Okay, it's personal satisfaction, it's job satisfaction. Okay, the adventure is for the few.
Not of intent hut.
This is our stateroom.
It doesn't look, you've been in the Navy for almost 20 years.
Right.
20 years?
Right.
This doesn't look much different than
That's right.
guys who...
It's really not. They're pretty much all the same. We're all diverted now, are we not? I was a 17-year-old high school dropout in the civilian community. There's not a lot of 17-year-old guys that are in 20 years to go from sweeping the floors, let's say, in a building that would be comparable like the Twin Towers in New York, to being the super for that building. Okay, I've done that.
So anybody going to re-enlist?
Hell no.
Not a soul.
No way.
Not a soul is going to re-enlist? How much time do you have left?
I've got about 2.5 years.
Oh, no, I have 9 months.
9 months? You know how many days?
I have about 3 years.
So you know, it's two.
I got mine down. 1,489.
And how many hours?
I don't know.
That's what my dad says. So, 5 years, that's it, it'll go like this. Dad, it's not going like this.
Like all his shipmates, Ken Stahl entered the Navy voluntarily, and the figures show 60% of the sailors will re-enlist.
See them whales yesterday?
During our 48 hours, not much broke on board the Kennedy, so the electricians had time for a rare breath of fresh air.
What has the Navy given you?
I don't know, it's hard to describe. I complain about it a lot, but I think overall, like I said, I think I'm a lot more responsible now. I mean, I've traveled. I've been halfway around the world. I met a lot of good friends. I learned a lot about different cultures around the country.
You joined the Navy and you've seen the world.
Oh, yeah. If there's one thing the recruiting poster doesn't lie about, it's travel. I got the mid-watch tonight. Because it's given me a lot of stuff that I don't think I would have had if I had just stayed, you know, on the outside, mowing lawns and stuff like that. You know, I'd probably still be doing it.
Days before our 48 hours began.
This is just called a Hangar Bay 1, that one's Hangar Bay 2.
It was Fleet Week in New York.
Another medium. Another medium. What color? Gray? We got a blue.
The Navy's chance to sell supercarriers like the Kennedy to the public.
It's an awesome sight going off the pointy end with 500-pound bombs on it.
Glad to see my taxpayers' money is going on something that's going to protect us.
But the supercarrier is in danger of being sunk on its own shores in the battle of the budget.
It's a luxury you can't afford any longer. The United States of America is now going into debt in excess of $200 billion a year. And if we go on building aircraft carriers and carrier battle groups and B-2 bombers and SDI programs, we're going to basically be a bankrupt nation.
The leading critic of the Navy's carriers is a man who once commanded one.
18 landings here.
Retired Rear Admiral Eugene Carroll.
You'd come in headed up.
He met us on the deck of the first carrier on which he served, the Intrepid, now a floating museum in the New York harbor.
The airplane. And finally you come in, and I made my first jet carrier landing just about in here, maybe just a little bit further back, 29 years ago on this very deck.
If Carroll had his way, there would be more museums like the Intrepid. Well, you were part of this. Isn't there still some benefit of having these carriers out all over the world as kind of a show of American presence? Isn't there still some need for that?
It doesn't work that way anymore. Most of that goes back to 1947, the idea that we had to contain communism, had to contain the Soviet Union. Well, who has to contain the Soviet Union any longer? We, the military, have always overstressed, exaggerated the military capabilities of the Reds as a justification for our big budgets and our big forces. We always made them sound 12 feet tall because it served our institutional purposes to do so.
I have been in the Navy for 33 years.
Admiral Leon Edney is the Atlantic commander with 9 of the 14 carriers under his command.
They're big and they're beautiful in my eyes, and in my judgment, you need it more than ever.
Edney is in Newport News, Virginia, seeing for the first time the Navy's newest supercarrier, the $3.5 billion George Washington.
I'm loaded to shoot y'all.
28,000 people work around the clock. Not only on the George Washington, but they have also begun work on yet another supercarrier, the Stennis.
I'm thankful that the nation has the wisdom to continue to support this type of effort. And I know there are a lot of people that want to question that, but they never question it when they need it. And when you need it, you can't get one of these things. It takes you 3.5 years to build one of these things. This is an instrument of peace, not an instrument of war. It's only an instrument of war if you want to do bad things.
There will be no other carrier like it in the world, a 90,000-ton nuclear-powered warship that the Navy says is prepared for any war, including the war on drugs.
Now, Admiral, you would use this type of carrier, we'll say, for drug trafficking, fighting drug trafficking?
It's very applicable down there.
A $3.5 billion carrier is a little bit overpowered to fight terrorists.
The former head of the Central Intelligence Agency, retired Admiral Stansfield Turner, is another critic of the supercarrier.
I think we have been ill-advised to persist in buying big aircraft carriers that we won't put at risk in a situation like the Persian Gulf, and which are overexpensive and overpowered for the kinds of operations that are now the real province of the Navy. And I think that's where we missed the boat in the Navy, so to speak. We didn't say to ourselves, the carriers are getting too big, the airplanes are getting too sophisticated.
Does it still impress you to look at one of these?
Sure does. You just have to be impressed with the amount of imagination and initiative, energy, creativity that goes into putting this system together. I've often said, if we really wanted to ruin the Soviet Navy, we've got to give them one of our carriers and let them try to operate it. They'd make a mess of it. How do you do?
Glad to meet you, sir. Welcome aboard John F. Kennedy.
Thank you. Still looks like a grand ship.
Yes, sir, it is a grand ship.
During Fleet Week, Admiral Carroll came aboard the Kennedy with us.
There is a feeling of almost exhilaration in the carrier when you get ready for flight operations. The intensity of the operation is really extreme. It's a wonderful expression of human creativity, but unfortunately in the final analysis for a negative reason. It's to create a weapon of war. I wish we could demonstrate the same energy and intensity of creativity with engines of peace.
Marshall, maintain your radar contact, 23 miles, final bearing.
Night does come quick, real quick. The danger involved is increased 50%.
The Kennedy never sleeps. At night, pilots and deck crew push themselves under conditions of near blindness and exhaustion.
Night operations on an aircraft carrier, it's like opening up a dark closet.
In fact, the United States is the only country to fly off carriers at night.
Captain, you know the arguments. That this is a floating dinosaur, great in its time, but its time has passed.
Absolutely no one who has ridden this ship during the last year for a day has left saying the word dinosaur. Nobody is going to want to mess with an aircraft carrier.
Debate over the so-called peace dividend is likely to heat up in weeks ahead as U.S. defense spending comes up for votes in the Congress. And the supercarriers of the Navy are big targets in that budget battle. But the argument is really over more than ships and planes. It's really about how we view ourselves as a nation, as a people. How powerful do we want to be? How powerful do we need to be? And can we afford to be? As we come out of the shadows of the Cold War into a new century. I'm Dan Rather. That's 48 Hours for this week.